Who has seen the universe from beginning to end? Who has heard all its sounds? The universe contains so much more than the imagination can fathom. The universe is a place filled with explosions, nebulae, and cosmic phenomena so untamed that it challenges the existence of life as we know it. A wild refuge, a tiny blue dot in a small solar system, travels through space-time in the cosmos. This is the place in the universe that we know best. Earth, a wild refuge. Most of the planet is covered by water. The sea, our oceans, a world brimming with life. Ocean salt water is a turbulent, shifting fluid that harbors an effervescence of sounds, communication between living beings. Where the light does not reach, sound easily spreads. Extraordinary creatures roam the ocean's depths. Gravity is the force that keeps water from escaping into space, pulling it toward the center of the Earth. Families of mammals, like these short-finned pilot whales, have adapted to live in this aquatic environment with ease. All ocean animals bear the weight of tons of water over their heads. The density of this liquid fluid allows living beings to move around inside of it as if they were flying. The atmosphere is also a fluid, a gaseous fluid. A sea made of air. Full of living beings who have adapted to fly through it. The atmosphere mainly consists of nitrogen and oxygen, with small doses of argon, carbon dioxide, and water vapor. This is Patagonia, Argentina. The weight of air masses over the surface is known as atmospheric pressure. A host of beings live at the bottom of this ocean made of air. Like this colony of sea lions, bearing the weight of tons of gas above them. The atmosphere is ever fluctuating. The air is constantly moving due to temperature and pressure differences in different regions around the planet. When air heats in areas near the equator, it rises and travels to the poles. Once there, when it cools, it goes back down. The atmosphere system is complex. The rotation of the Earth and the difference between masses of Earth and water also play a fundamental role in wind circulation. Wind transports moisture, insects, and spores, and is essential for bird migration. Magellanic penguins have wings so small that they can't fly. This means they can't migrate through the skies. When the southern winter comes, the penguins use the ocean's currents to travel over 3,000 kilometers to the coast of Brazil. Everything we see has been shaped over the course of billions of years of evolution. Amazon rainforest, Brazil. Each ecosystem's configuration determines the characteristics of its inhabitants. A pink dolphin from the Amazon. A mammal that lives its life immersed in fresh water. All living beings develop mechanisms to interact with their environment. Life is the way we know it because it adapted to the conditions around it. On a universal scale, the history of life on Earth barely lasts the blink of an eye. Trees have their own space-time. They can live hundreds or thousands of years. Each tree is tied to the earth where its seed germinated. It can't move. But through its roots, pollen, fruits, and flowers, it's connected to the rest of the forest. Trees, plants, fungi, and all the animals that live in the jungle play an essential role in regulating the planet's climate. The Amazon's forests can create their own humidity and rainfall cycles. Water is life. We are in Australia. A cassowary. A bird with prehistoric ancestors. Even before dinosaurs inhabited the Earth, the plant world developed a method of using energy that is almost prodigious. Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis uses the ability of trees to pump water from the roots to the leaves, combining it with sunlight to create energy. This photosynthesis process draws carbon into the forest, while leaving a trail of oxygen in the atmosphere, which is the gas that most living beings on Earth breathe. A great wealth is hidden under the forest floor: roots, fungi, insects, bacteria. Space-time sculpts a planet where carbon is the foundation of life as we know it. Carbon is the essence of the molecular structure for everything in the planet. This eucalyptus forest is breathing right now. It's using rays of sunshine to create energy, to make the tissues of the trunks, roots, and leaves. This process is invisible to our eyes while it happens. Earth is a world in constant change. When a tree is removed, a home and a source of food disappears. When we destroy a forest, we are eliminating an inheritance built up over billions of years. A legacy that we can never recover. The planet is covered in places full of water, forests, and life. Atacama Desert, the driest place in the world. A world of salt. A hostile world. huge swaths of this desert are covered by salt rocks. The Atacama's extreme aridity is because the Andes Mountains block moisture from coming in. And the current of the Pacific's cold waters, known as the Humboldt Current, keeps water vapor from reaching this salty land. This all leads to high evaporation and the almost entire absence of rain. Although Atacama is a dry place, there actually is water here. Small lagoons are scattered all around this desert's more than 100,000 square kilometers. These lagoons are fairly shallow and quite acidic and salty. Even so, flamencos find this environment welcoming. Only the ozone layer and the planet's magnetic field protect the fauna in this ecosystem from the intense solar radiation. Atacama receives more solar radiation than anywhere else on Earth. Atacama's plants and animals live out their lives under the fierce rays of sunlight. This is the world they know. The Caupolicana bees build their nests underground. For some, scarcity is a problem. Yet for others, it's an advantage. Cotopaxi Volcano, Ecuador. This is considered one of the most dangerous volcanoes in the world. The volcano's summit is almost 6,000 meters above sea level. It is covered by a glacier that resists the throbbing heat that emanates from inside. The volcanic rock fuses with frozen water. This volcano's history is a history of extreme heat and cold, of ice and fire. Like the universe itself. Atmospheric pressure drops at the summit. The concentration of air molecules is lower than at sea level. When air molecules are more spread out, they do not collide as often. This means that they release less energy and heat. The result is that temperatures are lower in the mountains. This is why the distance from the sun is not the only factor that determines a planet's temperature. The composition of the atmospheric pressure, and the intensity of solar radiation play a decisive role in the climate. Canada, near the North Pole. –30 below zero. This is the region where the taiga forests border on the frozen lands of the tundra. The cold is extreme because solar radiation here is very low throughout the year. A snowy blizzard in this world of ice is like millions of frozen blades cutting the skin. The thick layer of fat and highly insulating fur on this polar bear provides it with comfort in the cold. It has made itself a comfortable bed of snow. Churchill, in Canada, is considered the polar bear capital of the world. The polar bear is one of the Earth's great predators. It lives far from areas inhabited by humans. Sometimes, however, these two worlds inevitably collide. The life of a polar bear is bound to ice and cold in a very geographically limited world. Without ice, polar bears would have no way to survive. Although we might think there are still virgin places on the planet, man's footprint is there, in one way or another. Zambia, 42 degrees Celsius. This family of elephants is looking for water, and the adult females know where to find it. Family is everything for elephants. On a planet where changes are happening faster and faster, these elephants must trust in the wisdom that the matriarch has accumulated over a lifetime. She leads the group to the best watering spots to withstand the drought. Mutual support is the best guarantee to survive in a world bristling with danger, threats, and problems. The key is to always stick together. While enjoying a family swim, the elephants are immersed in a bubble of calm and tranquility. This is their world, the family environment. Elephants don't know what the atmosphere is, or the climate, or the universe. They have never studied photosynthesis and couldn't imagine what the mathematical formula for atmospheric pressure is. They don't know how humans' economic interest shapes their lives. But when they are together, fear of the unknown fades. In Europe, all ecosystems are heavily shaped by human activity. Animals must either adapt to coexisting with civilization, flee, or face extinction. Knowing the world we live in helps to temper fear of the unknown. We all form part of a planet which, when carefully observed, is astonishingly beautiful. From space, it's just a blue dot. But its interior is home to a variety of life forms that are so complex, we still know very little about them. Of all these life forms, humanity is capable of forging ahead in any place, under any circumstance. But our species still has much to discover about planet Earth before we can find the knowledge hidden beyond the heavenly vault. Once we have explored the last limits of this blue dot in the cosmos, what will our next frontier be?